Section G, board member resolutions.
Yes. I would like to, at this time, an action item, to rescind the resolution previously adopted July 11th, 2012. And that would be effective December 31st, 2012. The part-time athletic director and/or other administrators will be prohibited from holding supplemental contracts with the district. And I am asking to rescind that resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Sorry, George. George can have that one.
No, you can have it.
Let's not fight that, we got it.
Motion by Val, second by Mr.
George left.
McIntyre. Questions or comments
I have a question.
on the resolution?
Why the resolution?
Mrs. Crump, do you want to take it or I can take it?
Why the resolution, or why was it originally? I can't
Both.
speak to that. The resolution for this evening is, we do not have a coach for a sport. We have an administrator who is willing to take that on. However, in the policy, it states that an administrator, and also in Act 93, it states that an administrator may not accept a paid position as a supplemental.
Mr. Ritter, in years past, this has gone back and forth, and I think it's coming back to the board this time, just because it's hard to find coaches, and if we can open it up that administrators can coach again. then-
Because some administrators are ex-coaches. I mean,
Right.
they're the right person for the
And if
job.
you look district by district, there's a lot of head football coaches that are also athletic directors. It's a pretty common practice.
We're talking
That's
principals.
not what we're
This is
talking
doing
about,
principals.
just for clarity.
And probably the original reason that it was adopted was due to the conflict, because some of your sports are right after school,
Right.
when they would technically be working their full-time job.
Boy, that is a conflict, because you have to have them doing their full-time administrative job, and if they're a coach, they have to be on the field watching the
Absolutely,
students.
and that's
So
something that.
how do we approach this?
We would talk internally about that this would be under an emergency situation, where if we don't have a candidate or someone willing to coach and step up and help our students, if we have an administrator that's willing to do so in the interim basis until we find someone, it's really helping children at this point.
Plus, the board would still have to vote on it, John.
Correct.
You still have to vote on that specific coaching position and hire.
All right, so let's go back to Scotty's proposition here, that it's been back and forth a few times. In order to make it easier for future boards to not have to ping pong back and forth about that, is there a way that we can repair this right now, that it would be future-proof, perhaps by adding a clause that says any,
No, that's not a good
Yeah,
idea.
so-
Board can change it.
It's a policy,
Any
they
board
can change it
whatever
any
policy they
time.
want.
But it's getting to the point where it's getting harder to find individuals to coach, let alone individuals that are employed at the school and with the kids all the time. So to me, it's a win-win, because the kids already would know the coach.
that's a good argument. I like that.
And Mr. Ritter, also too, if, say, they start playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the administrator has to work till 3:30, they could either change the date, or the administrator could come in a half hour earlier and make up the time.
Or the assistant could cover until the
Yeah.
coach gets here.
That's probably my sister. Nope. Okay, so I'm in agreement with this. I like this approach. Thank
Any
you.
other questions or comments? Bonnie, can we have a roll call?
Mr. Lapsevich,
Aye.
Mr. McIntyre,
Aye.
Mr. Ritter,
Aye?
Mrs. Warning,
Aye.
Mr. Williams,
Aye.
Mr. Bova,
Aye.
Mrs. Cerrucci,
Aye.
Mr. Gottman.
No.
Motion carries.